So let's just take the herb, the dried herb out of the press. And we've got this little flat pancake of herb in here in the cheesecloth. And we're going to put it in the compost. So I've got a bag down here that I'll put it in. And we'll compost it. And the cheesecloth you can reuse. I just rinse it out and dry it. That can be reused. And then we want to clean up everything between our herbs. Okay, so that was our Fang Fung or Siler that we processed. And now we have to refill fill our mason jar with the Fang Fung and get some more marinating or processing. And we're going to use 4 ounces of the dried herb. This is the dried herb. Fang Fung. I get them from Spring Wind, but you can get them from other herb companies that sell bulk herbs, like Mountain Rose Herbs. Okay. So I've got a kitchen scale here and a bowl on top of it, and I just hit the tare button so it zeroes out this bowl so I can measure the 4 ounces of the herb. All right, there's 4 ounces. And then we're going to blend or grind the herb, because the smaller the pieces, the more surface area there is for the alcohol and water to get to extract the chemicals. So it's a more efficient process the smaller the particle size of your herb is. So I've got a Vitamix blender. And we're going to put the herbs in there in the Vitamix, and we're going to make a lot of noise. So I've got the herb ground down to almost a powder, pretty much a powder. And I'm going to kind of let it sit a little bit so it doesn't get dust in my face. You can wear a mask, which is not a bad idea. But you don't want to breathe in a lot of the dust from your herbs. And so I'm going to put the herb that is ground up now into a mason jar. So this is a 32-ounce mason jar. I'm going to put 4 ounces of the powdered or ground dried herb in. Okay. This is a nice canning funnel. It comes in handy. Okay. And then the Fang Fung or the Siler uses 50% alcohol and water, or 50% alcohol. So I have a chart, and I have the percentage of alcohol that I need, and the amount of alcohol and the amount of water that I need to put in here. And this is based on 95 percent or 190 proof grain alcohol. So 50% of, for 50% alcohol, I need 299 cc's of alcohol per 4 ounces of herb. So I have my alcohol, and I use a cylinder. You can use a beaker, or you can use a liquid measuring cup. Any sort of measuring container you have. Doesn't have to be fancy. So we're going to do 299. This is a 100 ml cylinder. So we've got 100. We'll do just about 3 of these. Another 100. And 99. So that's 299 cc's of alcohol, milliliters. And then I need 269 mils of water. So this is reverse osmosis water from my water filter. So I'm going to put 269 mils. So this cylinder is 100 mils. So that's 100. $69. All right, 269 cc's of water. You can use spring water. You can use, some people use distilled water. If your tap water is good, you can use that. You just want to use high quality water and high quality alcohol, because what you make your tincture out of is important. So if you've got good water and good alcohol or organic alcohol, and then high quality herbs, whether they're premium grade or organic or wild crafted, you want to make sure you have quality herbs, because what goes in is the medicine that's going to come out. So I've got my dried herb in here, the 4 ounces, and I've got the alcohol and water to make a 50% alcohol tincture. Yeah, it'll be a 50% tincture. And this is considered a 1:5 ratio. So 1 part herb to 5 parts of liquid, which is typical for your dried herbs. So I'm going to put the date on here so I know when I started processing this. And it's going to sit for at least 3 to 4 weeks. If it sits longer, that's fine. You want to get all the herb exposed to the liquid, so you want to just gently invert it or shake it a little bit. And then you want to shake it every day if possible, or invert it every day, and just get it all moving and exposed to the alcohol and water. So if you can invert it or shake it gently every day, or as often as possible, that's nice. And it will sit for 3 to 4 weeks or longer, and then we'll process it to get the liquid out, or the menstruum. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is, we've got our fang fung that we made, and The Jade Windscreen has 3 herbs in it. So it's not only got the Fang Feng, but it's got Wang Qi and Baizu. So Wang Qi or astragalus, and then Baizu, which is atractylodes. So these were processed the same way, but with different alcohol percentages. Wang Qi is 35% alcohol, and Baizu is 40% alcohol. So each herb has its own ratio of alcohol to water to extract the chemical constituents. And there are a lot of resources that have those percentages in them, and over the years or longer, they've figured out what percentage will pull out the chemical constituents that we need for the medicine. So with our Fang Feng, Wang Qi, and Baizu, those are the 3 herbs that are in Jade Windscreen, which is an herbal formula. And it's an herbal formula for upper respiratory infections, basically, in dogs, cats, and people. It can prevent you from getting a cold. You can take it before you get on an airplane and during your trip on the airplane to try to prevent you from being, you're going to get exposed to respiratory infections, but it's going to prevent you from getting a respiratory infection. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some Jade Windscreen for ourselves. I've got a 2-ounce amber bottle with a dropper. And the formula for Jade Windscreen is equal parts of all the herbs. So if we've got a 2-ounce bottle, which is 60 cc's, and we've got 3 herbs to put in it, we'll need 20 cc's of each. So 20 cc's of Fang Feng, 20 cc's of Wang Qi, and 20 cc's of Baizu. And that will make Jade Windscreen. So we're going to use a different cylinder that has a smaller measurements. And let's get a smaller little funnel. And we're going to take 20 mils of each of these. So this is our Fang Feng. cc's, and we put it in our little dispensing bottle. And then we take our Wang Qi or astragalus, which is really good for the immune system. It supports and tonifies the immune system. 20 cc's of astragalus or Wang Qi. It's especially good for protecting the lungs and the digestive tract. So there's astragalus or Wang Qi. And then Baizu or atractylodes is good for energy. So it gives you a lot of energy. It tonifies your qi. So we're going to get 20 cc's of atractylodes. And these are nice pure liquids or tinctures. Okay. So there's our 2-ounce bottle of Jade Windscreen in a little dropper bottle. Shake it up a little bit. And then don't forget to label it, because all the little tinctures, all the tincture bottles start looking alike and you can't tell what's in them. I used to think I could tell what was in them if I tasted them or smelled them, but that's not always right. So let's label this Jade Windscreen. which is the common name for it, and today's date so we know when we made it. And we can use this before we go on the airplane and while we're on the airplane. And I usually take about 2 inches. So I usually fill up the dropper like that and put two squirts, 2 dropperfuls in some juice or water and take that. With dogs and cats, you can use like a drop per pound twice a day to help with respiratory infections. Cats with herpes virus or upper respiratory infections, and dogs with kennel cough. So Jade Windscreen is a really nice formula. It's just a 3-herb formula, but it has some really strong herbs in it that can help you out. All right.